Hey there, we're making a short flight today using the Boeing 737 default as Delta here on XP11. Currently sitting here on the ramp of Yakima Air Terminal or also known as Alistar Field here in Washington. We are going to Seatac or Seattle Tacoma International. It will be a short flight. This will cost about a 15 minutes flight, and so let's go ahead and start the aircraft. Let's go ahead and turn the batteries on. There we go. Standby power to auto. Turn this to battery. Standby at the moment. Let's go connect to ground power. Switch this to ground power. There we go. You can actually hear the aircraft now breathing. Those are the air conditioner. Let's go ahead and turn on the anti-ice. Not really required, but let's just do that for good practice. Got the hydraulics there, engine anti-ice system, and wing anti-ice. Dialing in 450 feet. We'll be landing at the airport. And about cruising altitude here for our cabin pressurization is 15,000 feet. And position lights steady. There we go. Cabin crew is being notified. Cancel this. Alright, let's go ahead and plan our route. Let's go to the FMC. Currently sitting here at KYMK. Oops, clear this first. KY Yankee, where's Y? There we go. KM, put that there. And Kilo Sierra Echo Alpha, that's Seatac, put that there. Those are the ICAO codes for the airports. Flight number Delta or DAL. Just gonna make some numbers here. Not really required, but let's do that because we can. Going direct to KSEA. I'm not really planning a legs here because this is a short flight. 280 knots. Oh, nope, 280 over flight level 150. 15,000. There you go. Cruising 150. Put that there, and our speed is wrong. Let's change that to 280. There you go, done. Next page, nothing here. Not much legs, not much. Let's go set up our departure. We'll be taken off from runway 09. Landing on runway 16 center. Execute. There we go. Nothing to check here. Yep, we're good. Let's go ahead and check our flight plan. So put this thing to plan mode. There you go. And legs, step. Just click on step. All we got is continuity. Simple to fix that. Cafe anvil. Paste that there. Execute. Now we don't have it anymore. Alright. That flight plan is pretty fuck it up, but it's okay. I'm really not doing seeds and stars because I don't know how to use those. As long as our plan leads us to our destination and we're good with that, let the ATC handle the rest. Right, let's go ahead and file our flight plan. So KSEA. There we go, and 150 on here. Request IFR. Request clearance for
November,
IFR.
816 November. Cleared IFR to Kilo Sierra Echo Alpha as filed. Maintain 15,000. Squawk 4701.
Okay, Alistar Field just cleared us for our flight today. Let's go ahead and set our squawk code to 4701 and put this to DARA. There we go. Let's go ahead and set up our autopilot. We're gonna be having a course of 160 because we are landing on 16 center. So it should be 160. And there you go. On the co-pilot side as well. 160 as well. There you go. Dialing speed here will be climbing to 5,000 feet at around 220 knots. As required below 10,000 feet. That's the limit. So let's go ahead and do that. Heading will be 270. I'm not sure, let's do it the other way. I know we're taking off from 09, so this should be 090. But let's go ahead and put 260. Altitude 15,000. And this dial is so slow, so I'm gonna skip the video. Coming up on 15,000 here, a few more hundreds to go. There you go, 15,000. Flight directors on. There you go, auto throttle arm, VS arm. Let's go put that to 2500, I guess. Okay, that's good. Okay, so let's go ahead and start our fuel pumps. There we go, turn on the APU. EGT is rising as you can see on that gauge there. We are turning on the APU generator as soon as it becomes available. We'll know that when the lights pop out. It may take some time though. Let's wait for it. There you go, APU is available. Generator is on. Switch off the ground power. APU bleed. Nope, not you. APU, no. APU bleed. There you go. Yeah, I guess that's all we had to do. Check on here. I guess we're good. Let's go ahead and start our pushback.
Hey Captain, let me know when
I
you want
already
this
had
thing.
set the pre-plan for a pushback, as you can see there. The tug will push us to that green airplane. So yeah, start the pushback.
Great news, Captain. Your tow's coming.
Okay, thank you. And there's our tow. What that guy's gonna do is connect to our front landing gear, lift our plane upwards, and then push us back while he's taking on the steering while he's doing his thing. And we can start our engines as well.
All right. Looks like the doors and hatches are closed and we're ready to connect.
Go ahead, take your time. He's currently connecting right there. And now he's lifting our nose wheel up so we can take over our steering while he's pushing us backward.
Welcome aboard, Captain. Tow's connected, bypass pins inserted. Go and kill the parking brake when you're ready to go.
Alright mate, we are ready. Parking brake is off for you. You are clear to push us back.
Here comes the pushback. Light 'em up.
Oh yeah, sure do. Setting engine number 2, put this mode selector to ground. Monitor our N2 should be around 20 and we'll add up fuel. Wait till it goes 20 here, then we'll inject in the fuel. Here comes 20, fuel injected, engine 2 is starting. Okay, so engine 2 is pretty much stable here around 20.9. Go ahead and start engine number 1, same procedure. Let's wait till that guy turns 20 and we'll add fuel. Here comes 20. There you go, adding up fuel. Engine 2 and 1 is rising up. And we have the engine running.
Uniform Golf as filed. Maintain flight level 220. Squawk 4702. November 02 X-ray.
Just about done here. Go ahead and set your parking brake.
Copy that. Parking brake set for you, mate. Go ahead and disconnect.
And we're
Runway
disconnecting,
9er,
so give me just a
taxi
moment.
Alpha, Alpha 5.
Runway 9er, taxi via Alpha, Alpha 5. Hold short of 9er, November.
Okay, we are now disconnected. Let's go ahead and give him the hand signal. There you go. He's free to go. Let's go ahead and do our taxi procedure. So taxi lights on. There we go. Seatbelts on. Turn on these lights. Don't really require to turn on all, but I just do that because we can. Except for the position lights and the beacons, we need that. That's required.
And
APU
we're
off.
disconnected.
We don't need that
Signal pin
anymore.
on the
Engine
right.
is
Take it
running.
easy and have a safe flight.
APU bleed off. Engines bleed are on. There you go. And that guy is disconnecting. Thanks, mate. Have a nice day. Okay, let's go back to our things here. Let's go ahead and request for our taxi clearance.
November 816 November, November. Runway 9er, taxi via Bravo, Alpha, Alpha 5. Hold short of runway 9er.
runway 9er.
Is he looking at us?
Bravo, Alpha,
Oh yeah, he is.
5,
He's giving us
assertive,
that thumbs
9er,
up
November,
and remove before flight
816,
safety
November,
belt.
November.
That's cool. What a nice guy. Auto brakes RTO. We're doing flaps 5 today, so down 3 notches. 1, 2, 3. There we go. Flap set 3. And he's driving away. Maybe that guy is getting some coffee. Flaps are still transitioning here. Let's go ahead and set our parking brakes off once it's done. And it's done. Parking brakes off. And let's go ahead and taxi to the runway.
November.
Put a little bit of power and let's get moving.
Contact tower on 133.2.
Approaching the whole chart of runway 09 here, we'll make a short stop there, contact tower, request for our takeoff clearance. And yeah, let's go turn left here. There we go. And slow down a little bit.
November,
And we're stopping.
November. Contact tower
Okay, let's go ahead and
on
contact that frequency.
13.25.
Contact tower on
Let's go ahead and turn on our landing lights. It's required for takeoff, and our position lights to strobe. There you go. All set. We are just wait for a clearance for takeoff, and we're out of here.
November.
November 816 November. Fly heading 070. Runway 9er. Clear for takeoff.
Okay, that's our clearance. I'm just gonna go and correct our heading here to 070. And there we go. Oops, missed a little bit. There we go.
Heading
Get that back, and we are
070.
clear for takeoff.
Runway
Set the
9er,
parking
clear
brakes
for
off,
takeoff.
and let's head off the
November
runway.
816 November.
Let's go ahead and check the approach side. Looks clear. Left side, clear. Better to check everything. We don't want someone landing while we are lining up. That would be really dangerous, and once that happens, it would be a collision on the runway, and that's fatal. So let's go ahead and set the thrust power. There we go, rising up, and we have toga. Airspeed is alive, coming by 80 knots. 80 knots. Next call will be our V1. Trying to keep the airplane center, the center line here. Kinda bit hard. Here it goes, V1, and rotate. And we're off the ground, Positive rate of climb. Let's put the landing gears up. Landing gears are on transit. I'm gonna go ahead and level off a little bit here and turn on the autopilot.
November 816 November.
Alright, command 1 on, heading on, auto throttle is on. It's kinda hard to handle the communication while flying the airplane. So yeah.
November.
Passing by around 200 knots here, we are still climbing to our cruising altitude, and I'm gonna go ahead and put the flaps up. 1, 2, 3, and there we go.
Fly heading 340.
Let's turn the heading here as the tower says. Let's go read that back. We are going leftward. Once we reach 5,000 feet, I'm gonna go ahead and bump our speed to 250 knots.
November. Fly heading 290.
We did really have a smooth takeoff there. I watched the replay, and we did well.
Descend and maintain 4,000.
There are circularized fields on the map here. I don't know what those are. Well, I found it weird. Got a really nice view of the houses down below. Okay, so here comes 5,000 feet. Let's go ahead and turn the taxi lights off.
November. Zoom on navigation.
Turn these retractable standing lights off as well. Here comes 5,000. Bump our speed to 250 knots. There we go. We are again accelerating while we are climbing. I did forget to change the generators here, so let's go ahead and do that. Engine generators on, APU generators off. And turn this to Gen 1. Either 1 or 2, doesn't really matter, as long as you have the engines running. So climbing to our altitude here. I'm gonna cut the video, so all you have to do is sit back, relax, enjoy the music, and enjoy the rest of the flight. Let me take some time to climb to our cruise here. So yeah, I'll see you later on our descent.
Such a feeling's coming over me. There is wonder in most everything I see. Not a cloud in the sky, got the sun in my eyes, and I won't be surprised if it's a dream. Everything I want the world to be is now coming true, especially for me. And the reason is clear, it's because you are here. You're the nearest thing to heaven that I've seen. I'm on the top of the world looking down on creation, and the only explanation I can find is the love that I found ever since you've been around. Your love's put me at the top of the world. Something in the wind is calling my name, and it's telling me that things are not the same. In the leaves on the trees and the touch of the breeze, there's a pleasing sense of happiness for me. There is only one wish on my mind. When this day is through, I hope that I will find that tomorrow will be just the same for you and me. All I need will be mine if you are here. I'm on the
Descend and maintain 11,000.
I'm really sorry to interrupt the music, but we got instructed by the air traffic controller here to start our initial descent, which is 11,000 feet. There we go. I'm gonna dial in our VS here about negative 1,000. So we are descending 1,000 feet per minute. Seatac is about in front of us, 12 o'clock, but it's still a little far, and we won't be having the same course later on. I'm gonna go bump our speed down to 260 because we are about to get close to 10,000 feet. So once that happens, it will be really hard for us to slow down once we pass by the 10,000 limit.
Papa. Fly heading 110.
Looking at our navigation display here, we already have Tacoma International on our screen here. So basically, we are going to straight, right, left, and then left again to line up with the runway like this. We are flying like that. I guess you have the idea now. We'll be turning right.
November 816 November, November. Descend and maintain 7,000.
Okay, so we got instructed to descend further down to 7,000.
816 November, November.
I'm gonna turn on the landing lights here since we are already below 10,000 feet. So these guys are coming on. Engaging the speed brakes halfway to help us with our descent.
November, 816 November, November. Fly heading 300. Vectors for the visual, runway 16 center. Descend and maintain 5,000.
Here we go, we are turning our first turn to the right here and descending down to 5,000 feet. We are really getting closer to Tacoma now. So what we're gonna do here, just fly past by the runway parallel and turn left and then turn left again to line up with the runway 16th center. I'm gonna go and put the speed brakes to arm position here for our landing. Slowing down to 190 knots here. There we go, 190. And I'm gonna go put flaps 10, that's 4 notches down. There we go. Flaps are transitioning as we can see on this gauge here. Putting the auto brakes here to max. It should be around 2 or 3, but I just want to see how it goes if we put that to max and yeah, get ourselves familiar with the brakes.
November, 816 November, November. Fly heading 340. Descend and maintain 2,000.
So turn right heading 340, descend and maintain 2000, Delta 23902, copy.
Down to 2,000.
Alright, we're gonna go and descend to 2,000 feet here.
November, November.
And have this about like that. We are now about to fly over the lake here. It's called the Lake Sammamish. Once we pass by that, we are going to start our first left turn, head to Seattle, and then left turn again to line up the runway. Ladies and gentlemen, if you look up to your left side window, you can see Lake Sammamish.
November, 816 November, November. Fly heading 250. November.
Okay, so here's our first left turn,
160. Report to
and
field
we'll have Seattle
Heading
in our front.
160. We'll call the field, November.
Okay, so the transmission is quite busy here. I can't really reply to our ATC. I'm just gonna let them finish talking first so we can reply. And there we have the read back.
November, 816 November, November.
As expected, here we have the city of Seattle, ladies and gentlemen, right over at 12 o'clock. That's the Space Needle Tower, the observation tower in Seattle. So I will make our last left turn once we get there.
November, 816 November, November. Fly heading 190.
190, roger that, Delta 23902. And beautiful city of Seattle, and there in front of us, transitioning to our right here. We'll be able to see that later on. I'm gonna go flaps 25. We're about to start our approach. KSEA should be in our front here. We'll be having a slight left turn, heading 160 to line up with the runway 16 center. And here we have the airport on our left side. There he is. Yeah, we're getting close now. And we have
November,
Seattle on our right.
01 X-ray, Papa. Fly heading. November, 816 November, November. Fly heading 160. Report the field in sight.
Turn heading 160. Copy that, Delta 239er. And we do have the field inside. We got the airport right there in front of us.
Center, November, 816 November, November.
November. 816 November. November. Runway 16 center. Clear to land.
We have our landing clearance, but I can't really reply to the ATC
November.
because I'm flying the
02
airplane
X-ray.
manually, and it's really
Runway
hard to handle
16
the
left.
communication window and fly the airplane at the same time, because in order to do that I have to disengage to the control here and then talk to the tower.
November.
So yeah, it's kinda
816
hassle,
November.
but
November.
anyways, let's go ahead and
Runway
reply that
16
because
center.
he's
Clear to
already
land.
talking to us twice.
Runway
There we go,
16
and
center.
resume
Clear to
here.
land.
Let's continue
November.
our approach.
816 November. November.
We are slightly a little bit off the glide slope here, but we're doing good.
400.
Okay, 400.
November 02 X-ray. Papa. Contact ground on 121.7.
Contact ground on 121.
Approaching minimums now.
November 02 X-ray. Papa.
200.
Lights low.
We're a little low here, but anyways, 100 above.
Lights low.
50. 40,
We're coming a little fast.
20,
Flare, flare.
10.
And there we go. Touchdown really smooth there. The pressure is up, speed brakes are up, and we are slowing down the airplane. Oh wow, so that's how quick we slow down if we have the auto brakes at max. What a quick decelerate here. We can actually turn left on this taxiway just right after we touch down. That was a quick deceleration. So let's go ahead and turn left here.
November. Gate.
There's another runway in front of us, so we're actually going to do a hold short on runway 16 left,
Hold short of runway
and we are going to
16
cross it later on.
100. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
Let's go ahead and turn off the landing lights here and turn on our taxi lights. There we go, and we are going to put our position lights to steady.
November 816 November. Cross runway 16 left.
Cross runway 16 left, Delta
November
23902.
November. Cross runway 16 left.
Cross 16 left. November 816 November.
Gonna make sure no one's landing or taking off while we cross the runway. There we go. Entering the taxiway here now. We are turning left. I'm gonna go ahead and start the APU because we are turning off the engine soon. Yeah, let's get that guy running. We are currently taxiing to our gate here. I don't really know which gate to park, but let's just pick one and park there. Okay, so let's just go ahead and park here on this gate. I'm just gonna line up the aircraft on that line. We did manage to put a butter on the runway there. That landing was fairly smooth. Our approach, however, is a little bit jerky because of you know, having to contact the ATC while approaching and controlling the aircraft manually. That's really inconvenient. And we also nearly had a terrible landing there. We are descending really fast in a couple of tenth of feet, but we did flare really good and made it to the runway nice and smooth. And we're stopping here. Okay, so that's it for this flight. I'm gonna go ahead and turn off the aircraft engines now. Engines off, that's coming off, and APU on. I mean APU bleeds on, engines bleed off. generators of the engines off, APU generators on, ground power, never mind, we are connecting there today because we just parked. Seatbelts are off, and alert the cabin crew that we are now free to leave the aircraft. Taxi lights off, runway turn off light is off, this light is coming off except for the position lights. And there we have it, we are pretty much done with the flight here. I'm gonna turn off the fuel pump except for this one, that's for the APU. Hydraulics are off, anti-ice are coming off, engine anti-ice off, wing anti-ice off, and we are done here. Okay, so I had a lot of fun. Thank you guys for coming with me for this flight from Yakima Air Terminal here to Seattle. So I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.
Such a feeling's coming over me. There is wonder in most everything I see. Not a cloud in the sky, got the sun in my eyes, and I won't be surprised if it's a dream.